Okay, in example 3, we're going to look at one to be able to find the zeros and to put the linear factors. We're actually going to use completing the square in this one. So an example of being able to complete the square. Okay, so let's do that. All right, let's kick the constant out the kitchen first. So x squared minus 4x. Notice I can't factor this one. That's always the first thing I check for, see if I can factor. But I cannot factor this one, so I'm just going to complete the square. By the way, you could also use quadratic formula, but I'm going to complete the square. All right, so get that constant out the kitchen. Bring down that -4, divide by 2, that's -2 squared. And now let's put that back. Let's add 4 and counterbalance with a -4. Now what do I have? I have the standard form, as your book calls it, x minus 2 quantity squared plus 9. So now that it's in the standard form, I can set that equal to 0, and I can actually solve it. So let's do that. All right, set it equal to 0. And let's solve. Subtract 9 from both sides. Subtract 9. I get x minus 2 squared equals -9. Take the square root plus or minus of both sides. Square root, plus or minus. I now have x minus 2 equals plus or minus the square root of -9 is actually 3i. All right, because we can't take the square root of a negative number, but it allows us to take the square root of negatives if we use imaginaries. And then go ahead and add 2 to both sides. Add 2 to both sides. Your final answer will be x equals 2 plus or minus 3i. So, question is, what are the zeros? I have 2 plus 3i, and I have 2 minus 3i. All right? Is there multiplicity? No, there's not. Not on either one of them. Why? There's only one of each. All right, great. Now we can go ahead and put the completely factored form, the product of the linear factors. I'm going to use parentheses here. Remember, it's always minus, as I said in the previous video, minus 2 plus 3i times x minus 2 minus 3i. There you go. Example 3 is an example using completing the square and then solving from there.